Hello everyone, this is Kitsu Runnin, aka Sir Rob. I'm doing another Arena Assault run. This is not my first recording, nor is this my first run. I did another recording before this, but it got corrupted, so I decided to just do the Arena Assault run again. And it was a really good week to do it because Legendary Chrom is everywhere, and what is more fun than doing Arena Assault with Legendary Chrom everywhere? So it does take me a few matches to actually get my Arena Assault run going. Here I tried to tank Legendary Chrom with Raven. Raven does a pretty good job. Raven can double Chrom here. Fjorm has Infantry Rush, so with Infantry Rush, Raven's able to charge up Gale Force so he can attack Chrom and then retreat. Unfortunately, Marianne and Shamir move in different directions, and so I get cornered. If my Dimitri was in range of Marianne, this match would have been a lot easier. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and so I had to figure out how to attack either Marianne or Shamir without the other one killing one of my units. Raven can one-shot Shamir here. Unfortunately, one-shotting her won't be able to charge his Gale Force enough to follow up against Marianne. So I end up failing this match. Astrum is able to double Marianne after he gets buffed by Fjorm, but he just doesn't do enough damage against her, and that's because she has low attack, so he's not going to be able to get the kill.
Order, please.
And she just survives with 1 HP, which is really frustrating. And I'm using different items this week just so I can recover some of my other items like the Dancer's Veil, because I don't like burning so many of them. So this match has a Halloween Naui, and she's sort of a meme. She can attack from all the way where Fjorm is standing without any Dancer support. But the team does move around in a weird way. But Naui does end up attacking Fjorm. I do end up losing this match again though, just because the units can move pretty much wherever they want. I was impressed that Fjorm survived this Legendary Chrom. She often gets doubled by him, but I guess his attack speed solo wasn't active because he was adjacent to Dimitri. But I don't really have a way of following this up. I just have to retreat. But I don't end up retreating far enough, or it doesn't end up mattering, so Legendary Chrom's actually able to take out Astrum from this position. Just because the enemy team is so highly mobile with Peony and Legendary Chrom. Yeah, so the Arena Assault run that I did that was recorded, it scored slightly less than the one that got corrupted. But that's fine. So Astrum just dies immediately to Sothis, which is whatever. And this team is the same team as the first match. I try baiting New Year's Peony with Astrum here.
I will fight.
And I do this hoping that I can follow up safely. But that doesn't end up being the case because Legendary Chrom just ends up being right there.
Very well then.
And of course that's going to happen because I think Legendary Chrom is sort of pursuing Astrum because Astrum is red. So what I try to do is charge up Astrum's special
Your orders.
So that he can attack New Year's Peony and then retreat with Gale Force. And this whole arena core is sort of based around getting Gale Force off.
Orders, please.
But I feel like I have to change my arena core up a bit just because it's really not that effective against these highly mobile teams. And oftentimes the enemy units have more attack than I do, and so Infantry Rush doesn't end up activating a lot of the time. And I do end up losing this match just because Legendary Chrom is right there, and whoever attacks Legendary Chrom is going to have to tank Shamir and Marianne, and even though Dimitri is an absurdly busted unit,
Yes.
he is not strong enough to survive Shamir and Marianne at the same time. So this next match is relatively easier. There is still Legendary Azura, but Legendary Leaf can be tanked by Fjorm.
Orders, please.
And this map is a relatively easy one. It's definitely in favor of the player. Fjorm ends up surviving with 1 HP.
Your orders. I will fight.
And so now I'm in a situation where
I'll comply.
if I retreat, Duo Micaiah might be refreshed by Azura, and she'll definitely take one of my units out, particularly Fjorm, who only has 1 HP. But if I try to take out Duo Micaiah, whoever does that will have to
Very well then.
tank Yoon and Legendary Azura.
Fight.
So Astrum can do that. But I'm sort of worried about Yoon doubling him. I wasn't thinking about it, but Astrum does have null follow-up, so it doesn't really matter. Yoon won't double him no matter what. I was worried about Chaos Named, I think the skill is called. And that's
Never a doubt.
Yoon's personal skill, and that would debuff Astrum because his res is lower.
Yes.
But again, it doesn't end up mattering because of null follow-up. But he still might die just because Legendary Azura is blue when he's red. Thankfully, she doesn't really have any offensive skills. And Yoon doesn't have any offensive skills either, really. She just has G dual infantry, while Azura has B dual infantry. G dual flying, and Azura has B dual flying. So Astrum does survive just barely. He's able to get the Gale Force off against Yoon. And he's not able to kill Azura here, but he will after being buffed by rally attack speed.
As you say.
I will fight.
So finally, I'm able to get the first match completed. And so I go and adjust my skill sets. You'll see that I do have some new units. I did shuffle some teams around. I summoned on the Dagger banner. I spent about 750 orbs. I was intending to spend all of my orbs, but a funny thing happened. I got extremely lucky and I got 11 copies of Legendary Edelgard just from that one banner alone. And so I was intending to pull for Dagger and to get Freya as well, because I was looking to improve my Aether Raid score. And I ended up getting 7 copies of Dagger and 2 copies of Freya. And up to that point, I did not have Freya. And because I only got 2 copies of her, I opted to just not include her on my Aether Raids teams at all. and use air instead. And that's because Freya has the extremely valuable pulse smoke, which I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I know I want to implement that into my Aether Raids teams in some form. But I am sort of fortunate that I did not get more copies of Freya, because if that was the case, I would have been stuck with using her for the sake of score, and she would have been pretty redundant with Dagger. I did have a plan for that, but thankfully I don't have to follow that plan. Because air is a pretty solid unit in terms of support. And this match, Shamir just basically solos everyone. Silas did extremely well against Legendary Ellawood. Mine is sort of speed invested, so he was able to get the double. This match has Peony. Thankfully, you are able to bait Peony safely here, because while Legendary Ellawood would technically be in attack range, he's going to end up rallying Peony instead. And so I use my other team with a really busted archer, Eleonora, and Legendary Lucina is very good as well. Sue's the one who opens the match though, just because she's a green archer, and so she's going to be extremely effective against Peony.
Can't decide. I'm here.
So because I pulled Legendary Edelgard, I'm going to implement her into my Fire Season Arena Core. Originally I was using Legendary Ephraim, who probably took about 3 times the amount of orbs to get him to plus 10. And that was over several, or maybe 2 or 2.5 years to get him to plus 10. But that was really funny. Just, I'm still in disbelief that I was able to get plus 10 Edelgard in one shot. But yeah, my arena cores are going to shift a bit. I can technically score 762 across all of my teams now, but that's not really a priority. I'd rather focus on Aether Raids scoring now. Just because it's really... I am already scoring in the top 1k in Arena Assault, and the Arena, I don't know that 762 would make a difference, or it wouldn't be 762. It's dependent on the bonus unit, and so I'm probably not getting tier 21 with like an Astro bonus unit anyway, so it's not a priority to boost my arena score at the moment. But the possibility is there. So this Legendary Corrin is pretty annoying because she is boosted by Legendary Ellawood. I can't really attack her safely. Even though Eleonora has the Fire Sweep effect, it's only active when she's faster. And so I was able to get one shot in, but that sort of requires pretty precise positioning, especially if I want to get Eleonora back to safety. So I did retreat a bit, and because Lucina's mobility is so fantastic, she's actually going to be able to attack Legendary Ellawood here and retreat to safety. And that's critical because that would remove that bonus doubler effect from Legendary Corrin, and that would allow Eleonora to kill her a lot more easily.
Count me in. Let's do it. Ready to move. too?
I did see the update notes for this month's
Can't
update,
decide.
and I saw that we're getting a new item, the Celestial Stone.
Their voices. Is that my
I
cue?
don't really spark on a lot of banners,
Sure thing.
so I don't
Yeah.
think I will be able to take advantage of it to its full extent,
I've won.
but it is still a nice bonus. It's not going to get me to spark more, but like I just think it's a nice little extra. And the reason I don't really spark on banners too often is because I tend to focus on mythic and legendary banners.
Okay.
I did spark on a few banners to improve my score, and in some cases I sparked for characters I liked.
Hi.
So I sparked for Julian when his banner came out because I really liked Julian. He was one of the characters I wanted added the most. I also sparked for Dedue, and I sparked for Zell as well,
Yes, I suppose.
just because he had our dual infantry 4. And I am a big fan of the dual skills. I know they're not very popular because they're sort of a band-aid for a broken scoring system. But I like them because they
like to take it easy.
they enable more teams.
Of course.
You're able to run into easier teams because more people are running those dual skills on weaker units
take it easy.
or lower scoring units.
What now?
And so you're able to encounter teams that, like in this case, use Camilla. And she's a Gen 1 unit. She has an A skill that's essentially a dud.
Battle.
So it makes your arena matches easier. And obviously it makes my own units score higher without having to pull for the newest power creep. So I like them. And this team that I'm up against right now is not a difficult team, but the map is extremely annoying. This
Yes,
map
I
has given me
suppose.
so much grief, especially this week. I don't think this run encounters this map again, but in previous
What
runs,
now?
it basically ends the run if the enemy team is using Azura and Legendary Chrom.
Okay.
I do end up having to use an item here just so I can get the kill on Legendary Corrin, because otherwise she's gonna... she probably would have killed Linhardt or Ninian there,
Sure.
and there's not really any room to move around in this map. So this is able to take out Camilla pretty easily. And then I can just sort of attack with female
Yes, I
Kana and
suppose.
Linhardt.
Battle. I'd like to take it easy.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to avoid using an item
What
there,
now?
but it is what it is.
Okay.
So this is part 2 of the recording. I recorded in 2 batches just because I was worried that the arena assault run would get too long. And so what I do is I record the first half now and I put it on my computer. I delete the recording from my phone, and that opens up enough space to record the second half. Unfortunately, because my phone does not sync the audio with the video while it's recording, the music does get a little bit screwed up, so I apologize for that. This team has Legendary Azura and Legendary Chrom again, of course. what I end up doing is have Merrick tank Legendary Chrom. He is exceptional at that. And then I have Halloween Jacob tank Legendary Azura. It's a pretty simple strategy. It can go Ari depending on what the enemy is running. Sometimes the rally skills that the enemy runs can get in the way of Azura attacking. Sometimes ground orders can screw things up. Merrick is not able to kill Legendary Chrom here, which is a little surprising.
Understood.
But no one has Wings of Mercy, so that's inconsequential.
This way?
Trickery, eh?
And since I have the Fire Sweep Sword on Ryoma and no one's running Null Sea Disrupt, it's a pretty easy match from here.
I understand.
Worth
Round we
decides
go.
to just stand behind that mountain, which makes it extremely easy to attack him. And Ryoma doesn't really have much trouble at all against this Hana. Yeah, pretty easy match despite the Chrom and Azura.
Indeed. Trickery, eh? On my blade.
I like that Didu has fox ears, but this team is utter hell. And 2 legendary Chroms and Valentine's Leaf are like, yeah, I never want to run into this team again, quite honestly. And I actually did run into this team before on the match that, during the run that failed to record. There is no dancer on this team, so that is the one reprieve that you get. But otherwise, like, these 2 Chroms have different builds, and generally, like, you can have a counter, but it's not going to be able to counter every variant of Legendary Chrom. So, you might run into a speed invested Chrom. I think the other Chrom here is res invested. So, Cecilia is not able to kill this Chrom. And that is just astounding. In fact, I think she takes more damage from him than she deals. But my Cecilia is, she's sort of enemy phase focused now. Initially she had Fury on her, but because I shuffled my teams around to just incorporate Dagger, I have this Emerin with attack opening, and so I want to ensure that everyone has the same attack. And in order to do that, I had to take Fury off Cecilia and give her, I think it's Sturdy Stance instead. So, despite Emerin using Pain, Cecilia still is not able to kill this Chrom. Despite the Fear Charm, she wasn't able to kill Chrom. So she's able to kill Chrom now after being refreshed. I turned off the smart end here because I wasn't sure whether I wanted to use the Negus tier or not. I think I ended up opting not to use it only because Cecilia's special is already charged. And it doesn't end up mattering anyway, because Chrom does not get into attack range of Cecilia, so he doesn't end up attacking her. But yeah, Cecilia, even though she has her special charged, she can't kill this Chrom, and this Chrom kills her. And so I end up just trying to retreat because I'm not confident that Cecilia will survive this Chrom.
For peace.
Certainly.
Which is, you wouldn't think I would have to worry about that because she has sturdy stance and steady posture.
Your order.
I think eventually, though, I decide that I don't have a choice. I do have to tank Chrom with her,
Okay.
but I only do that when I am cornered to the point where I have no other choice.
Shall we?
And so this is the point where I have no other choice. Cecilia, with her special charged, and even after Emran uses pain, still can't kill this legendary Chrom.
Certainly.
And now Emran is stuck in range of legendary Chrom. And it takes me a good long while to figure out how to get everyone to safety. Like a good long while. Because I really don't want this run to end. Because this week is just awful.
Okay.
So while I am trying to figure this out,
Your order.
I do think that I need to change my water core either slightly or significantly. Just I need some way to improve it because I do struggle a lot trying to get the first match in because Fjorm is a big liability at this point. And I don't have a ranged green unit on my water core. Raven is a fantastic unit, but I don't have anyone that can really bait Legendary Chrom, and that complicates things so much. If I ever got distant counter fodder, I would probably give it to New Year's Keaton, who is a merge project. He has 180 BST. I think with distant counter, he would do a great job against Legendary Chrom. And with quick riposte, he already has lull attack defense on him.
Certainly.
But I don't know that I will get distant counter anytime soon. Even if I pull Hector, I am using Hector actively, and I do consider him a merge project, albeit a slow one. So I don't use Legendary Hector as fodder. Or, sorry, just a regular Hector. If I got Legendary Hector, I might use him as fodder, just because I really don't need a green fire armor anymore. But yeah, this was a really just awful match.
I can do that.
And it's not the worst arena assault run I've ever had. I have had worse. I have had much worse. I think I am just a lot better equipped at dealing with these sorts of teams than I was in the past. Because Merrick is sort of a recent unit that I built. Cecilia got her refined recently.
Your order.
What do you need?
At this point, I was thinking I wanted to refresh Emran, but if I refreshed her, then Legendary Chrom would be able to attack Nils and would probably kill him. If I tried to reposition Nils out of the way, Legendary Chrom would be in range to attack Aversa. The Nagas tier wouldn't help at all because Cecilia already has her special charged and she already has her attack buff from Emran.
Okay.
And I also have to worry about this Legendary Leaf.
Certainly.
Because I could technically refresh Emran again and have her use Pain. But I do end up figuring out how to get Emran to safety. and I plop Cecilia down down below Chrom.
Yeah?
I don't have to worry about Leaf attacking her because he's going to rally Chrom, and I knew he was going to rally Chrom. Cecilia does end up doing extremely well, a lot better than I thought she would, considering when she attacked Chrom in the player phase, she was dying to him.
Care to play?
But now I have to worry about retreating from this Valentine's Leaf,
Your order.
I can do that.
and I am able to get to safety.
Oh, please.
Thankfully, this Didu is really a non-threat. He does have, I believe, near save,
So big and
which I feel like in some maps that could have been annoying, but thankfully
Okay.
this map really does not favor armor units.
Care to play?
And Aversa is just able to kill him, and Dils was able to kill Valentine's Leaf pretty easily. And this last match, thank goodness for this last match, because that sixth match was just pure horribleness. My friend just texted me there. I just drew something silly for April Fools, so that's why he said that. Yeah, so this team, I pretty much just sweep with Ninja Lin, and it's over in like a minute. And that's the run, pretty much.
What's next?
Lots of legendary Chroms. Thankfully, I had some matches that were easier. But yeah, it was unfortunate that I had to do this twice because the recording failed. But I did get it done, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again.